Next applicant, come to window number 2, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How did you know about Minnesota State University?
When I was doing my bachelor's final thesis here in Kathmandu, I was searching in Google for additional information, and I read about the research by Professor Alan Smith. I started the conversation with Professor Smith a few times. He not only helped with my thesis, but also he has become a great mentor for me. When I applied for my MBA degree, he recommended me to apply for Minnesota State University.
I see. Why did you choose this MBA course?
It's a progression in my career aspirations. My plan is to learn as much as I can through this prestigious MBA program and apply that knowledge when I return home to open my own business.
What type of business do you wish to open?
I'm planning to open my import-export business here in Nepal since this is a very much needed field. Also, this is my way of contributing back to my own community.
Why aren't you not going to study in another country, and why do you choose the US?
I think the US education system offers a unique curriculum, advanced technology, and a multicultural environment. These are the reasons why I wish to study in the USA and not other countries.
Did you take any form of standardized tests?
Yes, I took GMAT. Here is my test result copy.
Do you have the official copy of the test?
No, I do not since the official copy has not arrived to my address via mail.
What have you been doing since you graduated your bachelor program here?
I've worked for 2 companies over the past 5 years. Here is my resume and references for my past employment.
Very good. There is a 1-year gap without any school or employment. Could you explain this gap?
Yes. This gap coincided with my country's COVID lockdown period. As a result, I could not apply for school or continue my job.
Thank you for your explanation. What do you plan to do after your studies?
I plan to come back here to Nepal and make use of the education, knowledge and skills I have gathered from my studies to better use here as there is a lot of competition in this field in the USA, whereas the course will be highly appreciated here. Plus, I would like to open my own import-export business as I mentioned prior.
In your application, you stated that your parents' friend, who is a US citizen, is going to sponsor your education. Should we be worried that you will stay in the US with this connection?
You should not be worried at all. The sponsor has signed the affidavit for the F1 visa application's requirement. Plus, we have signed a notarized agreement stating that I will return to Nepal and will pay back this financial loan in increments. As I said earlier, I will return home, find my career path, and take care of my family here.
How long do you intend to remain in the United States?
As long as my major requires of me.
You have already been working. Why do you want to do your MBA?
I've been working for Amazon as a tech support person where I troubleshoot errors faced by customers in products sold by Amazon. However, this is not my career goal. I would like to pursue my MBA to open my own business here in Nepal.
Do you have relatives in the US?
Yes, my brother is currently working as an H-1B visa holder in the US.
Have you visited the US before?
No, this would be my first time visiting the US.
Can I see your undergraduate transcripts?
Yes. Here you go.
What is the tuition of the university you wish to study in?
It is $65,000 a year for my MBA degree.
What about your living expenses and accommodation fee?
The living expenses and accommodation fee will be supported by my parents' friends' loan as I mentioned previously.
Do you plan to work while studying in the US?
During my studies, I would prefer to focus on school, but work on campus if I get the opportunity to do so.
Considering the current state of the US economy, why do you want to go there?
The US job market does not have a direct effect on me as a student. I am only going there to further my studies.
Most applicants eventually turn to potential immigrants. What about you? Will you be returning to your country after your course?
Yes, I wish to return to my home country after my studies in the US. There is a large shortage of skilled professionals who major in the course I am now going to study in my country. With my qualifications, I could make a huge difference in my community.
If you run out of funding in the U.S., what will you do?
Before I applied for studies, I was concerned about the cost of living in the US, so I made sure that my loan will cover enough funding to cater for the duration of my stay here.
Which cities do you wish to travel to in the U.S.?
I haven't really thought about traveling around the US. My main focus will be on my studies and schoolwork, which will keep me occupied.
Why should we give you a student visa?
Not only would the opportunity to study in America change my life, but it would also change my community. The knowledge that I will get in the university, I can apply it for the development of my country and to create employment opportunities for the unemployed. This is an opportunity to take my country one step further, to be at par with the rest of the world in the field that I have chosen to study. A visa is a door to growth and development for me.
What are your plans if your student visa is not approved?
I really wish to study in the United States, but I will respect the decision of the embassy and then reapply. This time I will prepare the necessary documents and try to do better than I did today.